for crying the blues, but nevertheless I'm in love with you. Somehow I know at a glance the terrible chances I'm taking. Fine at the start, then left with a heart that is breaking. Oh, maybe I'll live a life of regret, and maybe I'll give much more than I'll get, but nevertheless I'm in love with you.
Hello, welcome to Jamie's Ukulele Club. So, Nevertheless I'm in Love with You, which was written in 1931 by Harry Ruby and Bert Kalmar. There's lots of different versions. My favourite is by the Mills Brothers and reached number 9 in America in 1950. And this is in that same key. Now, if you take out some of the more flowery bits I'm playing, it's not too complicated. There's just two main sections. The first, which is like a verse and a chorus combined, and the second, which I guess is the middle eight. And then there's all the little bits, the intro and the bridges and the outro, which join it all together. Those bits can be as simple or as complicated as you want to make them, really. I'll show you what I'm playing, and I'll also give you a few simpler alternatives. I can't remember where I found these chords, but I've changed a few since then anyway, but I wrote them out on a sheet like this, and it really does help you learn a song faster if you write them out as I go through them. You can download these blank sheets on my site, www.jamiesmusicclub.com, and if you go to the ukulele page down the bottom, there's a button you can click to download these for free. So let's have a look at the first section. Okay, so let's call this first bit the verse chorus part. We'll call it section A. So the easiest way to play section A is the way I play it the first time round in the song. So it's a C, then a C major 7, 2 beats each, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we've got this chord, an E flat diminished to B7. So if this is a new chord shape to you, don't be put off. It's just a G shape. We've just moved G to here, and we're adding our little pinky underneath here. And then the B7, barring at the second finger here. 2 beats each again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got a G7 to D minor. This finger doesn't need to move when you do that change. G7, D minor, then a G minor 6 to A7. I'll play all that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're into the chorusy part of that section A, or the refrain, and it's a D minor 7, which is exactly like a D minor, but we add our pinky here at the 3rd fret on the A string. D minor 7 to A7 to D7, which is bar at the 2nd fret, 2nd finger here this time, G7. 2 beats each again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the whole of the A section. Let me play all that through again. And now we're into like a little bridge or a joining section before we repeat that whole section A again. So I'm playing a C, except I'm playing it here. at the 3rd fret. I'm borrowing the 3rd fret and I'm playing this, which is an A shape. I've just moved it up here and I'm borrowing at the 3rd. So because it's a bar chord and I've got all my fingers on strings, every string has a finger on it, it's just much easier to mute it by pressing and relaxing your fingers. And then this E flat diminished chord again. And then I play this, which is an F6 with a G7. Again, I'm just playing it a different inversion. This is an F shape, and I have these two fingers, G7. And while I'm playing this F6, I play the melody. And actually, I do that note with the little finger, because it makes it easier to slide down to this version of G7. So that's. So if you wanted a simpler alternative way of playing that little 4-chord bridge, you could just play C, A minor, F, G7. And then back into our repeat of section A. So the second time round, section A, I'm changing it and I'm playing a C here with this inversion again at the 3rd fret. And then the C major 7 I'm playing like this. Now it might be an excessive way of playing C major 7, which is actually very simple. But I like being able to mute it with all fingers on the strings. And this version of C major 7, where you play the key note, it's kind of here on the G string, I just find that a bit unsatisfying, because the key note that you want to hear, the major 7-y-ness, you're putting on the string here, which is the first string you play, and it kind of rings out more if it's the last note you hear. But you could play it like that, or you could even do that if you want to. So the C, C major 7, and then the rest is the same as the first time round. And then we're into a second bridge, which is different from the first one. We're going to be going into the middle 8 this time. So essentially it's just a C and an F and back to the C. But I play this F, instead of playing this F, I'm playing this F6. Add this note, this chord, which is a D minor 6. So I'm barring at the 4th fret and at the 5th fret, leaving this string clear. Then back to the C. So that's. Okay, so the middle 8 or B section. Our first chord is this shape. It's the same as our E flat diminished, we're just starting on the 1st fret. We slide it up 1 fret, play the E flat diminished, then we slide it up 1 more fret to play the E diminished, and then we leave these 2 fingers where they are and we slide these 2 fingers up 1 fret. This is a G minor 7. So when we're playing this part, strictly speaking, we're still, bars and beats wise, we're still in the bridge section. I'll play you 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There's the downbeat of the middle 8. I just think of this as being part of the middle 8. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, then we go to a C7 where I'm barring at the 3rd fret, adding this finger here, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 bars of F major 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do that all again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's that little flourish there I'm doing. Putting my pinky here, slide it down, play it open, back on, and then this finger here on the 3rd fret. Then we've got an A minor 7, which is like our G minor 7, you've just slid it up 2 semitones, 2 frets, 1, 2. A minor 7, D7, 5th fret, then again, before going to a G7. And play all that again. So this part, you could play the A minor 7 here. Sometimes it's written down like this, or you bar here, this finger does too, and the D7 like this. I play it up here because there's another song called September in the Rain, where the middle 8 is exactly the same as this song, and I've always played the second half of it here. So just to vary it, I'm playing it up here. It might be worth getting, there's a few good apps. For example, Ukulele Toolkit, where you can find all the different inversions of all the different chords that help you to vary the way you play different songs. Then there's a repeat of that melody part before we go back into the A section again, which is played exactly the same as I play it the second time round. And then we're into the ending. Okay, you could make this ending really simple and just play a C. Nevertheless, I'm in love with you. Or a C major 7. What about an F? Nevertheless, I'm in love with you. F. Back to a C. In my version I'm playing this. I'm playing the C, then I'm playing this chord, barring at the 2nd and the 3rd. It's like this chord we played here, it's just we're down here. This is an F9. And then a G major 7. And I'm adding a little flourish. Little pinky there, slide it down there, then the string on its own, note here on the C string, and then okay, so a quick look at that little intro I do. I'm playing the 10th fret here, and I play the 12th fret, then 10th fret again, then I hammer on to the 12th, pull off back to the 10th, and then pull off there to the 8th. And you play here, 10th fret, 7th fret, I slide down to the 3rd, 2nd, and then I form this G7, slide up here to play another version of G7. One more time. And it's not easy to get this intro to sound smooth and flowing, and more often than not I get it wrong. You could really simplify it. You could just play you could just do this bit. You could just do that and then go into the song from there.